two. 1, 2, 3, 4. Burn it down! Burn it down! Burn it down!
Allentown, Pennsylvania. Yes, the one from the Billy Joel tune is the backdrop for tonight's RWL Snarl. Good evening to all of you. Wally Cardill here, along with Johnny G.B. Bianco, and of course, the dulcet tones of General Manager Hangman Tex Lynch. Fans, there's set to be a supercard Monday, April 28th. It's taking shape as we go to air, and I'm sure a good deal of what happens here tonight will help shape that supercard even more, so more. Details to you when we get our hands on them.
Howdy, folks. How you doing tonight? Yep, that's right, Wally. Me and Steve Groves are already brainstorming on this one, and it's shaping up to be an explosive 3-hour card. And of course, I'm your go-to guy for details, so as soon as I get them, you guys will get them, and you folks out there watching will get them too.
Scoozy me, boss.
Yeah?
But everyone is wondering, so I have to ask you, how's Liberty Belle Danielle coming along with her recovery?
Glad you asked. We're going to cover that a little bit later. Right now, let's have a listen to the United Kingdoms and Grace Fenwick.
That's right, Planet. The United Kingdoms are back in the fight again, and Ballarat Jack and my brilliantly wicked Niles Wickizer are going to commence their climb back up the tag team division ladder, with our first casualties being Jim Hondo and the Great Ramullah. I want you all to watch us tonight. What Ballarat Jack Jones did to Mad Dog Mark McCary. That was just a look at what's ahead for this tag team division. So, Ramullah and the Hawaiian Lion had best be prepared.
The First Lady of Pain, Grace Fenwick, doing a little bragging on her boys, the United Kingdoms. They are back tonight, and they're going 2-on-2 against Big Jim Hondo, the Hawaiian Lion, and the Great Ramullah.
Hondo and Ramullah have just been handed a difficult pop quiz for this matchup.
Yep.
They lost a heartbreaker last week to Bulldog Brower and George the Animal Steele. And it'd be a big win for the boys to take down the UKs in their first match back together.
Tonight's opening contest, a tag team match set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first at a combined weight of 486 pounds from Kona, Hawaii, the Hawaiian Lion, Big Jim Hondo, and from Hyderabad, India, the Great Ramullah.
Well, these two Hall of Famers have been doing it for years and continue to do it. Hondo and Ramullah have had the distinction of facing so many tag teams it would just take too damn long for us to run down the list. And they are continuing to do it tonight, and they're going to try and foil the United Kingdoms in their return matchup. And it is Christmas time. Whee!
Their opponents, accompanied by Grace Fenwick, at a combined weight of 530 pounds from Bournemouth, England, Niles Wickizer, and from Victoria, Australia, Ballarat Jack Jones, the United Kingdoms.
And man, oh man alive, did Ballarat Jack take his 10 pounds of flesh out of Mad Dog McKay and Philly at the Spectrum 2 weeks ago, and that was on his own. Tonight, he and Niles Wickizer, a well-versed duo, with their tag timing and double-team skills down in their sleeve, against two seasoned veteran players like Hondo and Ramullah, who have the same skills and have been doing it way, way longer. Beautiful card opener, Senior Tex.
Well, muchas gracias, Senor Wally. Yeah, it is a pretty good card opener. Big Jim Hondo and Ballarat Jack starting us off here. Referee Tom Canamora sounds the bell. Well, men are a little bit tentative about coming center ring here, but Hondo over the shoulders of Ballarat Jack. Down he goes, Flapjack face first into the canvas. Ballarat Jack with a kick to the back of Big Jim Hondo. Hondo counters with a shot to the midsection. Head scissor takedown. Nicely done by the Hawaiian Lion. Hondo rounds up Ballarat Jack Jones. Snapmare, warms it up, flip over neck whip. He's trying to give him a nice case of whiplash. Kick to the chest. The Hawaiian Lion not doing too badly for himself. Stomp to the midsection. Seems to be pacing himself pretty nicely. Elbow right to the back of Ballarat Jack Jones. Oh, here we go. Grace Fenwick coming up to her hind leg, starting a mess. Getting into it with Hondo. Here comes Ballarat Jack. Goes behind. Inverted Russian leg sweep face first. Jeff Jarrett calls it a stroke. Here we go. Niles Wickhauser comes in on the tag. Wickhauser whips Hondo to the ropes. They collide with no result. Niles Wickhauser setting it up for the pile driver. Oh, man, there it is right across. Oh, man. Big Jim Hondo starting to take some lumps here. Belly-to-belly suplex from Niles Wickhauser. Follows it up with a stomp. Big Jim Hondo catching it. Elbows to the shoulder of Hondo. Niles Wickhauser. Counter. Back body drop for Niles Wickhauser. And he fell pretty hard. There's a stomp from Hondo. Chin lock. Referee checking Niles Wickhauser, but he gets out of the hole pretty quick. Hondo with a quick counter and a Russian leg sweep for Niles Wickhauser. Wick starting to catch a little payback here. Big Jim Hondo gets him up into a seated position. Now up on one knee. He is sure taking his time with this project. Vertical suplex from Big Jim Hondo. Hondo gathers up Niles Wickhauser. Wickhauser counters. Hondo whipped into the far corner. Hondo counters with an elbow. And a monkey toss. Over goes Niles Wickhauser. And here comes Ballarat Jack Jones for the first time. Hondo counters. Hondo counters again. What a beautiful arm drag. That judo-style arm drag from Big Jim Hondo. And now Ballarat Jack Jones into a chin lock. Tom Kanamura checking on the angry Aussie. He escapes the hold. Elbow takes down Big Jim Hondo. Another one takes him down a second time and a third. Big Jim Hondo seriously catching it from the angry Australian. Another vertical suplex from Ballarat Jack. And he has been on fire since he laid it on Mad Dog Mark McKay at Philly. That was something. Oh, man. And here's a clutch. Another possible submission. Big Jim Hondo gonna have to find his way out. And he sure as hell does. Takes down Ballarat Jack center ring. Same time doing it. Oh, wow. The Hawaiian Lion whips Ballarat Jack to his team's corner. The great Ramullah still hasn't had a chance to participate here. Oh, Luke Thez press from Ballarat Jack. Hard right hands on the head of Big Jim Hondo. Ballarat Jack rounds Hondo up. Hondo counters, whips him out onto the apron, and then brings him back in the hard way. Well, now, Ballarat Jack Jones started this one off pretty strong, but he's on the receiving end right now. Shoulder claw from Big Jim Hondo. A leg sweep from Ballarat Jack. Jack steps out. Ramullah tags in. Niles Wickhauser tags in. Clothesline from the great Ramullah. Beautiful takedown. A third one. And Niles Wickhauser is laid out center ring. Big Jim Hondo getting to his feet on the outside. Grace Fenwick fighting with the great Ramullah. Wickhauser slams him down. Sit out slam. Niles Wickhauser, a real mean one, clubs the great Ramullah upside his head. Ramullah whips Niles into the corner. Niles counters. Niles Wickhauser with a knee to the midsection of the great Ramullah. Ramullah whipped to the far corner hard. Niles Wickhauser gathers him up. Hangs him up off the top rope and yanks it. Oh, man, down goes the great Ramullah. The star of Hyderabad. Starting off on a bad foot in this matchup. Niles Wickhauser kicks him in his side. Ramullah back on his feet. Tags him a right, tags him a second one, tags him a third one. Down goes Niles Wickhauser. The great Ramullah. Small but wiry. Here we go. Beautiful crossbody. Here's a cover. 1, 2. But no, Niles Wickhauser powering his way out of the pin. Oh, here we go. Bottle cap time. But no, Niles Wickhauser gets back up on his feet. Tags Ramullah with a shot to the midsection. Up over the shoulders goes the Great Ramullah, an elbow counter, and he's out of it. Ramullah counters, has Niles up on his shoulder, has him. Oh, look at the power of the Great Ramullah. Wow. Military press drop. And somehow a chair found its way into the ring. I wonder how that happened. Whoa. Schoolyard bully beatdown from the Great Ramullah. The star of Hyderabad firing back on Niles Wickhauser. Whips him into his team's corner. Arm drag from Niles Wickhauser. Wickhauser with a knee and a set of wicked kicks to the chest. Puts the Great Ramullah down on the canvas on his back. Look at this. Grace Fenwick trying to mess with that turnbuckle. Niles Wickhauser deciding what he wants to do next here. Ballarat Jack Jones comes in on the tag. The Great Ramullah moves in. Whips Ballarat Jack to his team's corner. Ballarat Jack counters. Referees demanding that Grace Fenwick chill out. Ballarat Jack Jones rounds up the Great Ramullah. Stomp puller. Oh, man. Stretching it. Ramullah counters, rolls out of it, back on his feet. Referee needs to get that damn chair out of there already. Ramullah rounds up Ballarat Jack. Ballarat Jack counters, whips him into his team's corner. Ballarat Jack has Ramullah up, hangs him up in the tree. Whoa, this ain't going to be good for the Great Ramullah. Whoa, savage kick to the midsection. Out rolls the Great Ramullah. He counters, quickly gets back up on his feet. Again, Grace Fenwick stalling for time here. Finally, Tom Canamora getting that chair the hell out of here. Now, man, here we go. Ballarat Jack quickly countered by the Great Ramullah. Wow, did you see that one? But back in control very quickly. Hangs Ramullah off the top rope. Yanks it again. Down goes the Great Ramullah center ring. Ballarat Jack Jones. Stomp to the back of the Great Ramullah, and there's a flip over neck whip. And man, the Great Ramullah a long way from any help here. Single leg crab center ring. Tom Canamora checking the Great Ramullah. Ramullah trying to make his way to the ropes, but no good. Has to force his way out. Gets back up on his feet. Here comes Niles Wickhauser on the tag. Forearm takes down Ramullah. Swing and a miss from Niles Wickhauser. Gets Ramullah up on his shoulders, but Ramullah counters with an elbow. The Great Ramullah has Niles Wickhauser up. Beautiful Oklahoma slam from the Great Ramullah. Wow. The star of Hyderabad giving it back as good as he's been getting it. Rounds up Niles Wickhauser. Wickhauser up on one knee. Ramullah has him by the trunks. Beautiful, man, beautiful vertical suplex from the Great Ramullah. Ramullah rounds up Niles Wickhauser. And oh man, here we go. Wickhauser whipped into Ramullah's team's corner. Elbows to the side of the skull of Niles Wickhauser, and down he goes. Ramullah really showing off here a little bit. The star of Hyderabad whips Niles into his team's corner again. Niles Wickhauser with a kick, counters and escapes the corner. Oh, and into an abdominal, are you kidding me? An abdominal stretch with an abdominal claw. Well, now that's some sadistic stuff. Grace Fenwick must be loving that one. Down goes the Great Ramullah. That could be it right there. Niles Wickhauser covers 1, 2, 3, and yes, sir, and ma'am, it is the UK's defeating Hondo and Ramullah by pinfall. Let's get the official time.
The time, exactly 10 minutes. The winners by pinfall, the United Kingdom. Bummer was holding out for an upset from Hondo and Ramullah, but I guess it just wasn't in the cards. The UK's just had it going on, and they were performing like a well-oiled machine, putting down any possible shifts in momentum towards their opponents, who were losing complete control of things. Now, with the United Kingdom's back in the gold hunt, things are gonna shake up in the tag team division. Tough break for Hondo and Ramullah, heading to losses in a row. Hope they can get it together soon.
Yeah, me too. I'm sure they will. More RWL Snarl when we come back from the break, folks. Stick around.